guys, it's Megan and I am going to chat with you guys about how I am working on curbing impulse shopping, purchasing, doing any type of impulse spending, and especially when it comes to like my beauty stash and my stuff. So I had this idea before, but I didn't, like last week, but I didn't have time to film it. And then today I received an amazing comment, and you guys leave me such thoughtful comments, and I'm always like so amazed when you guys leave me like paragraphs or like sentences. It's just so wonderful to know that like you care enough to share how you feel about stuff or your tips and tricks, and I just love it so much. So this comment was from Renate, and she's from Norway, and she left me a bunch of ideas on my Project Use It Up inventory video, and her last little bullet point was so in line with what I wanted to talk to you guys about with impulse shopping and how I want to really restrict how often I impulse shop and different ways that I'm going to implement to not do that as much. So I'm going to read her comment to you guys first, and then I'm going to go into my list that I already had made, so we're definitely on the same page, but I just really loved her comment. So Renate said, when you want to buy new products, remember that you won't be able to get any use out of it because you already have plenty. Chances are that these products will still exist when you are done with your other products, so just wait until then. Instead, you should write down what you're interested in trying, and when you use up the other products in that category, you can see if you're still interested or if there are other products you want more. This way you avoid impulsive purchases. Dead on, Renate. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly my problem and things that I have tried to work on in the past that I never really understood what my problem was, and now that I've pinpointed it, it helps so much. Like, that is the bottom line to me, is that you have to figure out what your problem is, and then you can find solutions to that problem to help yourself. So thank you so much, Renate, for your amazing comment. I loved all the points you made, but this one was so dead on to my thought process right now and what I wanted to talk to you guys about anyway. So I made just a few points that I wanted to touch on that are things that either I've thought about in the past but never really did, or things that you guys have suggested but I never really did. But now I'm so much more motivated and so, I don't know, there's like something different about me now that I'm just like, what the hell? Like, you do not need more stuff. Another great thing that totally changed how I feel about like having so much stuff and wanting to get rid of it and wanting to be more motivated to get rid of it was my friend Gwen. I almost said friend Gwen. She like noted how much storage space I have at my parents' house, and we literally have like cabinets, I have like shelves, I have so much space. So it doesn't seem like I have so much stuff because it's like spread out and like stored away, but she said like, I know that you want to move out and apartments don't have this much space. Like, you will not have this much space if you move out into an apartment, and especially if like I'm sharing it, I'm gonna have like nowhere near this much space. So that's even more motivation to not have so much stuff, because I don't want to have to move all this shit somewhere because I don't need it. I really don't need it. So anyway, I'm just very, very motivated by my no-buy, by trying to use stuff up, and yeah, so I'm going to share with you guys my new purchasing strategies and how I want to curb my impulsive shopping. So my number one thing, like if there was like a headline to this, it would say, remember how much you have. Remember how much makeup you have. Remember how much skincare you have, how much body lotion, how much everything that you have. Like, just remember that at all times before you bring more stuff in. Like, that, like, thinking about how much stuff I have will really, like, whoa, wake up call. You do not need more stuff because you have so much shit already. So then under that, I have some bullet points. So This was a suggestion a long time ago, and I believe there is an app for this, and you guys will have to refresh my memory as to what the app is called. But basically I want to keep an inventory with pictures of each category on my phone. So if I'm like out and about shopping and I see something really tempting, and I'm sure I have a million things just like it, or that do the same thing, I want to be able to look up on my phone, have like a sobering moment where I see the picture of all my toners or all my moisturizers and be like, I do not want to bring another one into this mess. Like, I need to use up these first. So I think it's called like Snup. That's like, it's similar to that. I'll have to double check. But even if I just had like a gallery in my phone that had all my inventory pictures, because since I do videos where I show you guys my current inventories, I can just take screenshots of those things and then have them all on my phone. And I would also like to keep like a written inventory with every single thing that I have, and then I can like erase it as I use it up. So that's something that I want to do to curb my in-person shopping, so then I always have that information right at the tips of my fingers to be like, you don't need this actually because you have 3 foundations or 10 eyeliners or whatever. So that's for in-person shopping. Then for online shopping, it's kind of interesting, like it's backwards for each of the ones. So if I'm in-person shopping, I want something on technology to remind me of what I have at home. But if I'm online shopping, I want something in person to remind me of how much I have. So say I'm browsing on Nordstrom and I'm like, oh damn, this looks so good, I want to buy it, and it's so easy to like check out super fast, but I don't keep my credit card information saved. I've talked to you guys about that before. 1, for security reasons, and 2, because typing in your credit card number every time you purchase something really makes you think and slows you down and is like, should you be buying this? Like, do you really need this? So what I want to do as I'm tempted to purchase online is to come up to my room or look in my drawers, whatever, and see what I have, swatch stuff, look at stuff, remind myself of all the great things that I already have. And I just think that will be so good. Like, I know I have so many similar things, and obviously this isn't to say like if I run out of my favorite thing, I might purchase it again, but more likely than not, I have something else that can do the job for the time being until a great sale comes around, until I can ask for it for a gift or something, especially with Christmas coming up. So yeah, I just think that having an real life in-person reminder, looking at my stuff, shopping my stash before pressing the checkout button that can happen so quickly, it's just one of those things that like, whoa, you have a lot, do you really need another thing? And sometimes it is like, well, I don't really have anything like that and I want to treat myself, or whatever the case is. So that's kind of my strategy with in-person and online shopping. Then a question that I want to ask myself before purchasing something is it worth letting my current things go to waste by buying a new item? Like, if I buy a new foundation today and I want to use that foundation right away, I'm gonna make all my other foundations go to waste. Or going back to how like Project Panners and Project Use It Up has made me think, is that even if I bring something new in, I still have to use my oldest thing, but then the new thing I just bought is getting old. And I've talked to you guys about this so much, and it's like becoming like a resurgence of this idea is coming back. I've seen a lot of people's videos about it, and it just drives me crazy. Like, why are you buying more stuff if you're letting your old stuff go to waste? I've done that so many times, and it's madness. Like, it makes no sense. Why are you doing that? Because you're just letting the cycle continue. Like, I never thought that you had to be on a no-buy to make a project pan successful, but you really do, because if you're focusing on products that take you a long time to use up, by bringing new stuff in, you're just basically allowing yourself to waste money, because that stuff is gonna go bad by the time you use up the current stuff that you're using that is already probably bad. Like, it's crazy, crazy, crazy. And I really don't want to continue that cycle. I really, really don't. So I'm trying to be more conscious of that than ever, because I can, like, it just makes me sick. Like, buying something new and knowing that this is just gonna go to waste. Like, this is crazy. So yeah, that is like a big question that I want to just remind myself of, and like tell myself, unless you have nothing else in your collection that can do the same job as this, you should not buy this until the other thing is used up, because it's just, something's gonna go bad. Like, you'll never be able to use up all this stuff in a short amount of time, so what are you doing? Basically is what I want to tell myself. And then the last thing isn't really about like impulsive shopping, but it kind of is. I want to be better at returning, exchanging, giving to friends, selling things that don't work for me, things that I might like but I don't love and that I don't reach for and that are just sitting going bad in my cabinets and in my drawers. And I've been getting a lot better at returning things. I shop a lot at Nordstrom because of their amazing return policy. There's no questions asked. Like, if something doesn't work out for you, they will take it back and refund you completely. I have always told you guys to look at places' return policies, because that's a big deal with like products that you put on your face that can break you out. You don't know what kind of reaction you might have to it, and if something irritates your skin and you can't even get your money back, like, that sucks. Like, you can't even use it now. So for things that are still good but that I can't really return, I want to, like, I've done this a lot of times in the past but I haven't recently, like, gather up a bunch of stuff and like go over to my friend's house or go see my family members and let them choose things that they want, like things that I like but don't get use out of, and things that they probably wouldn't spend their money on, because a lot of my stuff is higher end and it's such a shame to see it be just like collecting dust. And just because it's expensive doesn't mean that it will always work for you, and that's what I've realized. And honestly, I'm kind of more into drugstore beauty now, just like knowing that I can get good stuff for way less expensive. Like, some things I like to splash out here and there on, but yeah, it's just like, we in the beauty community think that it's like a priority to shop for makeup, or like no matter what your interest is, you would be more willing to spend more money on things that you're interested in than people that are like, yeah, I use makeup but it's not really like my hobby or like my interest. So like, my friend Caitlin, she does cosplay, and so she needs different types of makeup to do her costumes and do her different looks. So for me to give her like a weird color eyeshadow or lipstick or something that I don't use anymore, she might be able to use it, like put it to really, really good use in her costumes and photo shoots. So, and I have like normal colored stuff too that my friends and family will always get use out of. Like, I've given my aunts like eyeshadow palettes, nail polishes, lipsticks, you name it, I've given it away, and it makes you feel really good because it makes them so excited. And how this goes back to impulse shopping is that a lot of this stuff that I give away is stuff that I've impulsively purchased, like things that I've really thought about and really like wanted for a long time. They're things that I usually end up loving and being able, like, I'm able to use them up or use a good deal of them before they go bad because I love them so much, because I've always wanted them or whatever the case is. But stuff that I'm just like, ooh, that's pretty, and I buy it, I never use that shit. Like, I never use it. I might use it like a few times, but I don't use it, and it's so sad because it is pretty, but it's not. Oh my gosh, they're doing the garbage truck outside. But it's like not worth it to spend 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 bucks on something that's pretty that you're never gonna get use out of. Like, it's just something so crazy to me that I never really thought about in such detail before. Because when I look at the stuff that I have to sell on my blog sale or I have to give away to my friends, it's usually stuff that I bought, oh, because this is a good deal, or oh, that looked good on someone else, but I didn't think about that I'm not their same skin tone, I don't have their same, like, skincare needs. If it was skincare, like, we don't have the same skin type, etc, etc. So those are the thoughts and the tips that I'm going to be using for curbing my impulse shopping, and I think that it's gonna set me up on a really good path, and I'm really excited. So let me know your tips down below. Thank you again, Renat, for that awesome comment. I really appreciate any of you guys who leave me comments, whether it's paragraphs or just a few words. It means the world to me, and I always love talking to you guys about this stuff. It makes me really excited and keeps me on the right path. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my nasally congested voice. And yeah, please tell us your tips in the comments down below, because I know we would all benefit so much from them. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.